Dust on a mirrorless camera sensor is like death and taxes. It is totally unavoidable. Welcome back to the channel, my friend. This is Creator Reality, and today we're going to take a look at cleaning the sensor on a mirrorless camera. And I know what you're thinking. This is not a mirrorless camera the way you're thinking. It does not have an interchangeable lens. It's a Sony ZV-1 built-in lens. I wouldn't know how to clean it if I wanted to. But we're going to start out by going over how I got into this situation to begin with, and how to clean the sensor, what I used. There will be affiliate links down below. Check them out, use them. Doesn't cost you extra, but you help out the channel if you do. So let's get started. A couple of weeks ago, I was shooting some film on my Nikon Z30 there, and I got white pixels. I did not know that you can go into the setup menu, scroll down, hit pixel mapping, and it would find the dead or hot or white pixels and remove them from use. Did not know that. I know that now after I managed to get a smudge on my camera sensor. Take a look at that. Yeah, I did like the first 3 cardinal sins of camera sensor technique or care. I used a t-shirt, I used a microfiber cloth, I used my finger, and I got nothing but oil across the whole thing. Take another look. It's bad. This is like, don't do this at all. Dust specks will come off with a rocket blower. We'll talk about that in a minute too. So here I am kind of panicking. I took a step back and I went and ordered a kit on how to, to clean my sensor. Not how to, but I watched a couple of videos on how to do it. And there was a couple things missing that I'm hoping to put into this video. So stick with me. We're going to get there. Trust me. Now, how did I know there was dust on the sensor? How will you know if there's dust on the sensor? Well, you can look at it. You can see dust on my sensor now in this picture, but really, I have a softbox up here. It creates a white light. I can stop down to f/22 or f/16 and then move the camera as I take the shot once it's focused, and it'll show me all the dust spots. If you're an astrophotographer, I think I pronounced that right, you know what I'm talking about. It's crazy. They do flat frames and dark frames and all this other stuff. Rabbit hole I don't want to go down into. I take regular photos at f1.8 on this, f3.5 to 6 on that. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm not shooting at f8, f16, whatever. No fighter jets were harmed in the making of this video, by the way. But I could see the dust. And here's an example of said dust. It was not good, right? So I have this smudge that wasn't showing up in my normal stuff, but it was bothering me. So stop down to f/22, take a picture of a white wall or a bright sky with no clouds or a softbox light. You'll be able to see all the dust and swirls and hairs. You want to clean them. Now, I did a lot of things wrong in the first go around for this, and I will show that too, because I documented both how not to do it and how to do it using my Sony as filming. Yeah, filming. Anyway, I went to Amazon and look, I looked up pro shops near me. They're like an hour away, 2-3 day turnaround. I didn't like that. And it was $80. And I went, So I went to Reddit. And they were like, yeah, you could do this and save yourself a lot of money. It's not that bad. Turns out that the sensor in the camera is sitting right about here, in here, right? It's covered in glass and filters and stuff, so it's not as sensitive. It still needs a little bit of TLC, tender loving care. You should always give your cameras a little TLC. You should give your throat a little TLC and drink more water. Water, water, water. So for 20 bucks, I picked up the UES kit on Amazon. It is a full-featured kit. Comes with a lot of neat stuff. Comes with a rocket blower. So first technique is to use a rocket blower, because we already went over how to take a picture to see where the dust is. The sensor's flipped, by the way, so if you see dust on the top of your image, it's at the bottom of the sensor. So you get an inch away, a couple inches away, and you blow the dust around. It'll blow out. Pro tip on that one, hold the camera up higher so you can see the sensor. It helps if you have a flashlight aimed up, but you do one of these numbers, and if I do it over here, you can see better, right? Because the softbox is over there. I'm professional. And you're blowing it into the sensor box here, right? It's going to clean it out. Non-destructive, doesn't touch anything, it's all well and good. Now, something I did buy to replace that one, because that kit's 20 bucks. This was 13 by itself. This is the Gyuto's rocket blower. And if we take it out of the packaging, I'm trying to keep the dust off of it, so I keep it in the package. Listen, Well, maybe you can't hear it. But either way, a lot more air. Oh, goodness. My finely coiffed hair as opposed to this. Yeah. Much more powerful blower. This dislodged a lot more dust actually earlier tonight. So anyway, we're going on too long. Let's get quicker. This is not a long process. So what you do is you take the lens off your camera, make sure the area is well lit, get rid of any dust that you can from the area so you're not dragging it up into your workspace. Lay the camera on its back so the sensor's facing up, and you need to get out one of the sensor swabs that comes in the kit. This is an aps-c size swab, and then this, this is different. This is something we need to talk about real quick. And these are one and done, so it doesn't matter if they get dirty. This is a spray bottle. It's not a dropper, so one swab. I'm going to sit way back because I don't want to get this stuff anywhere. But I made this mistake the first time. I got it really wet. You don't want it really wet. You want just a little bit. I'm going to show you why in a minute. That's it. One spritz on one side of it. That's the side that is wet. Flip it over. Drag it across the sensor. Not drag, but swipe it across the sensor. Get full coverage. And then since it's facing this way, wet down, you go across. Flip it over. Go back the other way. As you're seeing now. While I put this away and put the cap back on this. And those sensor swabs are one and done, my friend. Don't use them for multiple cleaning sessions. I got away with doing it a couple of times, a couple of swipes, and then that's it. Cleaning done. Rocket blower. Get my rocket blower out again. Rocket blower. Make sure there's no dust getting in there. And then I let the camera sit and dry. And I put the lens back on and then film a video, apparently, because that's what I like to do. So some tips here. The first time I did it, I used way too much liquid. This is what it looks like if you get too much liquid on the sensor. And then you will need one of the included microfiber cloths. They come in a vacuum sealed package too. And this is very absorbent. So I actually dipped it down, covering my finger so my finger didn't get new oil into the sensor, right? And swiped it back and forth. You can see that. Look, if I could do all of this and it didn't blow up my sensor or scratch it, I think you're good. But look, if you go and you use just one spritz of the stuff or a couple of drops from your dropper bottle, this is what it's going to look like when you swipe the sensor with the sensor swab. And it allows the sensor swab to remain statically charged. I believe they're all statically charged so that when you drag it across, I keep saying drag. Drag just sounds mean to a sensor. When you swipe the swab across, that's hard to say. That's a lot of S sounds. Then you get all the dust being picked up by the sensor swab that might have been left. Like the wet side goes and it's dragging the dust behind it. And that's a goofy look, isn't it? Anyway, I happen to like this kit quite a bit, but I did want the rocket blower. Boom. So here's a picture of before I did the cleaning. Yep, it's pretty bad. And then after the cleaning, there's one little tiny dust spot left, and you're never going to be able to see it in anything I shoot. Now my sensor is clean again. So we learned how to take a test shot to see if there is dust. I showed you what the dust looks like. We went through the cleaning, the wet cleaning process, a dry cleaning process. We're not going to talk sensor pens or lens pens or any of that in this video. That's a whole other topic. I went straight from rocket blower to wet swab, and I really am happy with the latest minimal drop of liquid cleaning that I got. It just totally cleaned up that sensor. I think what happens is if you have a pool of liquid sitting on the sensor, it just attracts dust to stick to the sensor. And then so that last clean that I did tonight really did a great job. So anyway, if you learned something from this video, leave me a comment below. If you think I got something wrong, leave me a comment below. I would love to learn more about it. I'm still kind of new to cleaning this stuff, but if I can do it safely, so can you. Follow the tips in this video. Don't do what I did. Do what I did later, and you'll be good to go. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, boop the like button. Please consider subscribing, yada, yada, yada. Go check out this video next, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.